A little while ago, actually a number of years ago, Tim was over at our place and he followed me around the farm quite a bit that day, and I kind of was wondering what's up. Tim gets very quiet when he's nervous, so I kind of clued in a little bit, and then finally, it was towards the end of the day, he had to go. He finally said, "Dad?" I says, "Yes." And he says, "I'd like to date your daughter." I says, "Huh?"
Light of day or black of night, anywhere life takes us to.
We well remember the day when he said he was invited to a girl's house for lunch in Dunnville. And we remember the big smile that came to indicate he was either talking to Sherene or going to see her. After meeting her a few times, we could confidently tell him that we approved 100%.
Oh, you showed me how without looking down it's okay to fall. In the fire and in the flood, every word and every touch.
People usually ask me, "Oh, are you Sherene's sister?" Yup, that's me. Seems like everyone knows who you are. Just the other day, while printing off the reception cards, the owner of the store started talking to me about how nice it was that Sherene was getting married, and how you used to hang out with his daughters, and how you were so sweet and always had a sense of humor. And that's typically how every conversation goes with anyone who knows Sherene. And usually at that point, I raise an eyebrow and ask if they're talking about the same Sherene I know.
It's okay to fall. Oh, my heart is yours, my heart is yours, you can have it all. Oh, you showed me how without looking down it's okay to fall.
Yeah. There we go. It's on your screen. It's also real now, like.
You put your heart and soul into everything you do, touching many lives around you, and it most definitely doesn't go unnoticed. I think it's fair to speak on behalf of all your nieces and nephews that they absolutely love you. The nieces love the time you take to do their nails and hair and wrapping them up in scarves to make them look like a princess.
Surprise, eh? With a sticker.
It's like yours, exactly.
Just a few number of months ago, then once again, Tim is following me around. Very quietly. And then he says, "Dad?" I says, "Yes." And he says, "I would like to ask for your permission to marry your daughter."
Tim decided to stick it out with her family and date Sherene for 5 years, then finally proposed to Sherene. We are thankful for the love and support that you give to Sherene.
God, I'll start on the bright side.
Dear family members and friends, we've come into God's presence to join in marriage Timothy Duke and Sherene Gifford. In doing so, we seek to honor the will of God for marriage, the concern for the Christian church for its well-being, and the interest of the state in the orderly development of society.
I, Timothy Duke, take you, Sherene Gifford, to be my wife.
I, Sherene Gifford, take you, Timothy Duke, to be my husband.
I promise before God and all who are present here to be your loving and faithful husband.
To be your loving and faithful wife.
I will love you, give myself up for you. Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her.
I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad.
In riches and in poverty, sickness and in health.
I will serve you with tenderness and respect, and encourage you
to develop the gift that God has given you, and never forsake you, so long as we both shall live.
As long as we both shall live.
I see the world through different eyes. And it changes everything.
According to the laws of the province of Ontario and the ordinances of the Church of Christ, I now pronounce you, Timothy Duke and Sherene Gifford, husband and wife. What therefore God has joined together, let no one separate. You may kiss your bride.
Seasons fall in the right time. Gather thoughts on a winter night.
We also remember the time Sherene came to our house and had an accident soon after she left our home. Timothy came rushing to his dad. "Dad, we have to go. Sherene has had an accident." Thankfully, no one was hurt, and this was perhaps the first time we noticed how protective of Sherene Timothy was inclined to be. It was very soon apparent that Sherene was a keeper.
And it changes everything.
Tim, I have to say, you've been an exceptional friend to me over the years. You were always willing to listen, lend a hand, and talk about whatever's on my mind. You're one of the most genuine people that I know, and I truly admire the way that you live, always putting God first and trying to please Him with the decisions that you make. Sherene, you're one of the happiest and most likable people I know, and I could not imagine a better girl for Tim to marry. I'm so happy for you both, and I want to wish you God's blessing in your new life together.
May God bless you as you begin your married lives, and may He guide you and keep you safe, whatever your future may hold. We love you lots. Cheers.
And it changes.